D.I.Y Auto School. My friend Pete. D.I.Y Auto School. You know, my friend Pete. He's funny. PPG don't pay them. And we exceed PPG. But you have to try it though. There's better out there. All you have to do is try it.
We got this guy over here. It's called Wet Look or something like that. It's by Autobond. They're based out in Shreveport, Louisiana. I've actually tried their clear before, and it works pretty good. Usually a guy like me sticks with what he uses, and what works for you. So we're gonna give this guy a call and see what the fuck's going on here. I don't even know if he's gonna answer because it's actually 4:45 and he might go home early. But we're going to find out. Okay, so let's see what this guy has to say about Autobond.
This is Tim, All-Kandy. How can I help you?
Yeah, who's this?
This is Tim with All-Kandy.
Okay, what's going on?
Nothing much. I just missed a phone call from you. I was just returning a phone call.
Yeah, my name's Pete. I'm over here at SWR&C Southwest Rod Custom. What's up, bud?
Oh, Mr. Pete, what's going on with you?
Okay, I had a Facebook guy. He sent me a video of your product and said that you mentioned me in your video.
Yes, sir.
What's going on? Tell me something.
Well, like I say, we've got a product that we've been pushing and really on the video. It's been on YouTube.
Now let me ask you this, bud. You're in Shreveport, am I correct?
Well, I'm in Monroe. Myself, I'm in Monroe, but yes, sir.
So what's going on, buddy? Tell me something.
Well, we've been selling the product all this time. You know, I teamed up with Mr. Kevin years ago, and we actually, we got online with Mr. Kevin at Autobond, and we're the custom division of Autobond. So we've been putting the product on YouTube for years now.
What was your name again, bro?
Tim.
Tim?
10 like the number.
Okay, let me ask you this, Tim. What makes your product better than PPG? Let's just go that route.
This product here, we've got because we've got our own line of candy. And because we've had our own line of candy, like I say, through Autobahn, we teamed up with him. Like I say, once we had teamed up with him and we had came up and we got our line of candy, we ended up redesigning that clear. So the Wet Plus that we actually sell online that actually comes out of the warehouse is the top tier. It's our high end of Autobahn that we look at as the one that's going to be the competitor against the Hector and Son, the PPGs, the DuPonts, the Diamonds, the Glazers, and we have videos. We have other people that have used our products. I know. I had reached out. Go ahead. Okay,
I know you're saying no buff clear and all this, but yes, I mean, okay, so let's say that I get a couple gallons and I'm over there, pushing your product, and I sell a gallon to clear to Joe Bob Henry up in Arkansas. That's going to paint his car in his garage, and he's going to wet the floor down, but there's still dirt in the air, and when he paints it, he's going to get dust specks in it. What's going to happen then, Tin, when you say no buff clear?
Well, I say no buff is required. Now, the thing is, too, there's no buffer required, but in this case, I can't control a dirty paint booth.
Right.
You can't control a dirty paint booth.
Because hold on a minute, because everybody in the world knows that to get a dust-free, and even you still get trash in it, even from the clear in the air, drying in the air and then falling on the paint, especially on the last coat of clear, you're still going to get some type of specks in the clear where it's going to have to be touch-up buffed or, you know, whatever you want to call it, okay?
Right.
So, you know, when I hear the word no buff clear, to me, that's saying, hey, shoot it, paint it, and pull the tape off, go down the road you go.
You can.
Okay, are you the owner of the company? Okay, let me ask you this. Do you own the company, 10?
I own All-Kandy, yes, sir.
Okay, so you're an All-Kandy guy, and you're trying to sell your product out there in the world and get known, and you're saying, what is it, 2 full wet coats is all you fucking need here? What's going on, bud?
Yes, sir. 2 wet coats are minimum all you need, but you can do 3 if you like.
I'm a hard fucking guy to convince about shit like this. I mean, I'm paying cars for people, and I'm showing everybody these fucking videos, and, you know, here I am using your clear coat, and I don't even advertise. Now, all of a sudden, here's my friend Pete on video saying, hey, yeah, All-Kandy, yeah, rah, we're using All-Kandy now, Autobond this, you know, Shreveport, Louisiana, TEN 10, big guy 10. And then all of a sudden, 6 months later, here comes a customer and says, what the fuck happened to my car? What's going on with that, 10?
It's not going to happen, Mr. Pete.
It's not going to happen.
Because I've been talking the same thing. I was the only guy talking the same thing 5 years ago. That's how people found out. A lot of people found out about Autobond.
Okay. What, if you sprayed 1 coat of clear of yours, how many coats would that equivalent to, let's say, Concept 2020?
Well, when you shoot your Concept 2020, I'm going to say the way you normally teaching and the way you normally speaking is a tack coat, medium wet, and a flow coat. Am I correct or am I wrong in stating?
Well, I kind of put it on pretty heavy from the start, but yeah, okay, that's the normal.
They put it on.
Okay, I don't like using.
It's shot wet. You want to shoot wet.
I don't like. Okay.
20, 25 minutes, shoot wet again.
Okay, there you go. See, the way that I shoot, okay, I don't put tack coats on because the tack coat leads in to orange peel. Okay,
Correct.
What I do, I put it on fast and thick. Okay, you know, like you just said, I put it on a full wet coats. I wait about 30, 45 minutes in between coats. I'll pop in there, spray another fucking coat, and then, you know, I usually use 3 coats. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay, so by me using your clear is telling everybody out there in the world, if my friend Pete's using it, then I'm going to use it. I'll tell you what, if I painted a Roadrunner with that clear, how much clear am I going to use? The whole car, inside and out. We're talking the car's dismantled. Go ahead.
Well, you only got 1.5 gallons sprayable content, so I would say go over 2 gallons. That'll give you 3 gallons sprayable content. So you don't have to reduce it to our product. It's strictly clear and hardener. That's it.
I'll tell you what, you want to send me 1 gallon of clear, you send me some 1 medium hardener and 1 you send me 1 medium hardener, 1 gallon of clear, and 1 slow hardener, and I'll see what I can do with it. If I like it, we'll do something. If I don't, I don't. But I'm going to tell you right now, 10 TEN guy, if it ain't gonna,
2 N's, TENN.
okay, if it doesn't come out to be, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna make videos of it. Are you up with that?
I mean, that's all I do. That's what I want.
Okay, but what I'm gonna say, what I'm trying to say is, I'm gonna take your product, I'm gonna make a video, I'm gonna pop it up on YouTube. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Are you okay with that?
I got no problem with that. Now, all I ask you to do is...
Okay, he says he's all right with that, Norm. I want you to tell me how to shoot it. So I'm going to do it exactly the way that you say, and I'm going to show everybody in the world exactly how you tell me to do it. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Shake a hand, make a friend, and we're fucking gone. Okay, we're over here at SWRC, and we're actually in the middle of starting to paint a 1969 Roadrunner. Now, this Roadrunner is a beautiful car. We've been working on it for, I'd say, approximately 3 weeks. And we have went over the whole car meticulously, have straightened all the bodywork out. We went ahead and reprimed the car. Now, one of our buddies over here, Concrete Norm, purchased this car from somebody else that started this car, and didn't want to finish it, so my friend Pete basically took over, and we are finishing it over here, and it's really turning out to be a nice automobile. So the other day I was on Facebook flipping through the situations, and I came across this guy on there. He's a follower of mine, I guess, and he asked me if I ever tried a particular product, which was a clear. So what I've done is I have looked at this clear coat because I've had several people ask me about it, and it's a popular clear that you see all over YouTube and the internet. And when I got on Facebook, the guy didn't just ask me if I used it. There's actually a video that he attached with it, which is the owner of this product. And I watched that video, and he mentioned my name in it.
D.I.Y Auto Scoop, my friend Pete.
I called him on the phone, and I talked to him about his clear coat, and I was doing this for the YouTube crowd out there. That, and anybody else that wants to watch this video, it doesn't have to be just fuck off YouTube. It could be maybe you that's never even watched my friend Pete in action, or doesn't really give a fuck about watching me, that's just interested in this product. I called and talked to him extensively on it, and he is a very hard pusher and a very firm believer in his product. You can tell by his voice that he's proud of it, and he didn't have nothing negative to say. And when somebody is very specific about stuff and very hard talking, not being a used car salesman, we might say, but you can tell in their voice that they're proud of the product that they're selling, I decided to go ahead and get some of this clear, and I am going to paint the Roadrunner using this clear, and we're going to find out exactly what kind of clear coat this is. Let's go ahead and look at it and see what we got, and then I'm going to show you what I did, because when I do this little review on this product, I want to make sure that every step that I do is properly done. Like for instance, I completely washed my whole paint booth out, steam cleaned it, I changed all the filters, and just gave it a good spring cleaning revamp, you might say. I specifically and detailedly fine-tuned the block sanding on the parts that we're going to put the clear on to review this. I sanded and block sanded and sanded more on the doors, in and out, back and forth, upside down. And I also did it on the deck lid and every other part that needed sanded that we have in the paint booth, and we're going to go look at those in a minute. Because I want to make sure that doing this review on this product is not just a quick wham bam thank you ma'am situation, but more of a we've done everything to the book, to the T, to make sure that this is done properly. Because there's a lot of products on the market that says, hey, if you use this and you do that, it's going to work great. And I just want to say I'm rambling on and talking out my asshole, and I keep going. But the reason I'm doing this is because I want to let everybody out there know that I have bent over backwards to make sure that not just the product is going to be used properly, but everything I do before I use the product is going to be used the right way. Because that's very important when painting a car. Your prep job is your paint job. We all know that out there. If you don't use the proper materials and you don't prep the vehicle or whatever you're painting properly, it's going to look like shit. I don't give a fuck what kind of clear coat you use. Like I said a few minutes ago, I use a clear coat, and that's what I use, and I like using that clear coat. We're going to try out this clear coat. Let me quit talking. We're going to open this shit up and show you what we're talking about, and then we're going to get on the stick and get this motherfucker done. Okay, so he sent me the clear, and he also sent me, if you look right here, and I'm going to get one of those and show it to you, he also sent me 2 quarts of each hardener, which is a fast, medium, and slow, all right, because he didn't know what temperature I would be painting in. So we got 2 gallons of clear, and we got 6 hardeners, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to try this out. We're going to see what happens with it, and we are going to go ahead and give a review on it. All right, as we go into the paint booth, we can see that all of this is ready to paint. This is what we're going to go ahead and do our review on, these small pieces. We got our 2 doors right here that have been meticulously sanded down. We also got our deck lid. You can see that. We got the deck lid hanging inside and out. That's going to be painted. We got 2 small panels that go on the door. We're going to paint those. And then we got a header panel here, actually a bumper filler type panel that goes down by the bumper. We're going to paint that inside and out as well. And then before we leave the paint booth, I want you to pay attention here that all of the filters have been changed. The paint booth has been cleaned immaculately, thoroughly. I have also changed out my intake filters, which are special filters because on the other side of that filter, they're called tacky filters that grab the dust before it can even fly in. So that's very important. So this is a very clean environment that we're painting in right now, and we won't have any problems putting the paint or the epoxy primer on, and then we'll be getting to the clear. Now, before I apply any paint to any of these pieces, the first thing that I'm going to do is apply a full wet coat of epoxy primer. Now, what the epoxy primer is going to do, that's going to seal all that in, and it's going to make sure that there's going to be no shrinkage beyond the epoxy primer. Using the epoxy primer the proper way on these type of pieces, okay, is going to require a 10% reduction using reducer in our epoxy primer. That's going to let the epoxy primer flow out very properly. It's not going to allow any orange peel into the epoxy primer whatsoever, because we want to make sure that these surfaces stay as glass smooth as possible. So let's go ahead and get our epoxy primer on it. When we come back, we'll look it over. We're going to apply our 3 full wet coats of paint, and then on to the candy, all candy, wet, wet, clear we go.